narcissistic individuals thrive off that attention. Now, the majority of people can like attention. They can like validation. With a narcissistic individual, it's in the excess. It's to the extreme. Now, a narcissist much prefers positive attention, like the majority of people prefer positive attention. Nobody's that keen on negative attention. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they will go all out to get that positive attention from you. And if they can't, they will go all out to get that negative reaction from you so that they can blame you, so that they can make you look bad in some way. Narcissistic individuals are also incredibly toxic and exploitative and manipulative. And they will go all out to manipulate other people in order to get their needs met. However, they fail to take responsibility. They don't want to face consequences for their actions. And one way they avoid consequences is by gaining sympathetic attention from those around them. Because by gaining that sympathetic attention, they can potentially scapegoat somebody else, give somebody else that bad reputation, and play the victim to gain the sympathetic attention while avoiding the consequences for their actions. Narcissistic individuals also feel very entitled to get their needs met. When their needs aren't being met, they take offense to this. So they can go all out to gain the sympathetic attention in order to break down your boundaries to get their needs met. They can go all out to gain sympathetic attention to avoid consequences for their actions, to gain the attention. Narcissists play many manipulative games in order to get their needs met. Now, to gain sympathy, a narcissistic individual will play several different mind games in order to get the sympathetic attention that they believe they're entitled to. And one of the first of these is playing the victim. A narcissist will often more than happily portray themselves as the victim in any given situation in order to gain the sympathy from others. They might exaggerate stories, they might fabricate stories, they might twist the truth in order to get their needs met. They might explain to you everything they've done to somebody else but claim the other person did it to them. When somebody dares to stand up to them, they take great offence to this. So if they can gain the sympathy from those around them, appear helpless, appear innocent, appear like somebody is just out to get them, somebody else is bitter and cynical and resentful and wants to punish them because they're such an amazing person, if they can get other parties involved who show the narcissist sympathetic attention, not only does the narcissist feel smug, but more often than not, it's going to wind up the actual victim who looks like they're the problem, thanks to the narcissist giving them the bad press, so to speak. A narcissist will go all out to shift the blame in order to gain sympathetic attention. Now, when somebody has been lied to, deceived, duped, cheated on, they often feel stupid when they're not stupid, they're just naive. They often can feel things such as resentful and bitterness, resentment and bitterness, because you've kind of broken through that shell of naivety to reality, and it's not a pleasant reality. And you can feel so many different emotions, and a narcissist is going to twist that. They're going to accuse the other person of being jealous, the other person of being bitter, the other person of being envious. A narcissist will go all out to provoke envy within another person so that they can accuse the other person of being jealous of them. Usually because the narcissist was envious of that other person, they're looking to destroy the other person. So they will go all out to shift the blame in a manner that makes themselves look like the victim. A narcissist will gaslight to gain that sympathetic attention. They will distort reality to make others doubt their own perceptions, their own memories. A narcissist will go all out to manipulate the truth so that they can portray themselves as the victim and gain the sympathetic attention. They will turn around and claim if you hadn't, if only they didn't, to make you feel responsible for their behaviour and make you feel remorseful for calling them out on their behaviour. Calling narcissists out on their behaviour, and they're going to make you feel like you're the problem, like you've offended them in some way and like you need to make it up to them. A narcissist will go all out to guilt trip. Narcissists use many guilt tripping tactics to make others feel responsible for their actions and their emotions. A narcissist will go all out to create that sense of obligation or guilt within another person. They can manipulate others then into feeling sorry for them. A narcissist can go over the top in the things that they do for you, but every action is a transaction. They only do for you to later down the line use it against you with those "after all I've done for you." And we can feel narcissistic when we do so much for someone and we ask them of what we perceive to be a simple request and they repeatedly say no, and we can think, "After all I've done for you," or even say, "After all I've done for you." And if it's not a two-way street, then you're in the wrong relationship. Sometimes it can be 80-20, depending who's in need. Other times it can be 20-80, depending who's in need at that time. It can be 50-50. But a relationship is that give and take. A narcissist will give you a little bit to take the absolute maximum. And when you stop giving, they'll give you those drops of crumbs of false hope to gain more from you. And they just literally drain everything from you, just like those penny slot machines. A narcissist will use a ton of emotional manipulation. They are very skilled at manipulating others' emotions in order to get their needs met, to make you feel guilty, to make you feel responsible for the narcissist's behaviour. They will sulk. A narcissist will happily sulk so that you feel like they might be depressed, you feel like you might have offended them in some way, and they can use this to their advantage. Now they might just sulk with one person and they might just sulk with everybody. And as you never truly know what someone's going through, it's very difficult to call them out and rather than pander to them, because you don't want to push somebody. You don't want to be the one responsible for pushing somebody over the edge. So a narcissist will sulk in order to get you to feel sorry for them. A narcissist will go all out to take advantage of others by playing on other people's emotions and insecurities so that they can elicit the sympathetic attention and manipulate others into doing what they want. They will happily use the crocodile tears in order to get people to feel sorry for them, and they will go all out to use a ton of pity parties with those crocodile tears, with those sulks and the silent treatments. They will throw a major pity party in which they wallow in self-pity, that sulking, to seek the sympathy from others. By the narcissist betraying themselves as the victim to the circumstances that more often than not the narcissist created, yet blaming others, they can manipulate other people into feeling sorry for them and providing them with the support and validation that they are so desperately craving, so that they don't have to take responsibility for their actions and they can avoid the consequences. And they usually scapegoat somebody else into taking the fall for the narcissist's behaviour. Narcissistic individuals will go all out to manipulate others to gain that sympathetic attention for their actions, for the narcissist's own actions, by portraying themselves as the victim, by gaslighting, by guilt tripping, by falling silent, by sulking, by emotionally manipulating others, by throwing those pity parties. A narcissist can exploit others' emotions and vulnerabilities to further their own agenda and maintain control over the situation, keep hold of their sense of superiority. Narcissists play many different mind games in order to gain that sympathetic attention as and when they feel like they need it or they deserve it. They will use reactive abuse. They will provoke somebody into reacting negatively towards them so that they can play the victim of the one who's being abused, because they will not take responsibility for how they provoked the person in the first place. A narcissist wants to convince you that your emotional reactions to their actions are the problem, to distract you from the fact that their actions are causing those emotional reactions within you. Any games you noticed a narcissist play to gain that sympathetic attention, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon, 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. They'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.